All eyes are in New York City this week. President Trump set to be formally arrested and arraigned, and that makes him the first former president to face criminal charges. Those charges still not known tonight. They are set to be unsealed on Tuesday. But now key players at the center of the investigation are speaking out. Trump's former attorney Michael Cohen, who allegedly sent the hush money payments to Stormy Daniels, is saying that he expects complete and total mayhem on Tuesday. And why former Attorney General William Barr is saying the former president should not testify at all. NewsNation's Robert Sherman live for us on the ground in New York City tonight. Robert, what can we expect to see in the coming days?
Natasha, all is quiet here in Manhattan at this hour, but we are expecting things to drastically change over the next couple of days. Tomorrow, the former president is scheduled to fly from Florida to New York, and then Tuesday, he'll surrender at that district attorney's office right behind us.
Everybody's talking about the historic indictment of former President Trump, handed down by a New York grand jury Thursday. It's the first time ever criminal charges have been brought against a former president. The so-called hush money case involving adult actress Stormy Daniels has garnered the attention of press from across the globe, as the former president is set to be arraigned Tuesday. The attorney representing former President Trump acknowledges these are uncharted waters.
Obviously, this is different. This has never happened before. I've never had Secret Service involved in an arraignment before at 100 Center Street. So the answer to that question, Dan, is I honestly don't know how this is going to go. We will very loudly and proudly say not guilty.
It's expected the former president will have his mugshot and fingerprints taken, but as Reuters reports, handcuffs will be off the table. Then the indictment will be unsealed, and Mr. Trump will enter a plea.
Mayhem. I expect complete and total mayhem.
The key witness for the prosecution in this case is the 45th president's former fixer, Michael Cohen, who allegedly made the $130,000 hush money payment to Stormy Daniels. Some have questioned his credibility since he's a convicted perjurer, but he insists his testimony is reliable.
Yes, I lied to Congress at the direction of, in coordination with, and for the benefit of Donald J. Trump. And if there's anyone out there that thinks that that lie is going to prevent me from being the credible witness that I am, based on the documentation, the testimony, the emails, the recording, it's not going to happen.
It's unclear what the former president is specifically charged with, since the indictment will remain sealed until Tuesday. The Associated Press reports there is at least one felony charge, citing unnamed sources. Once the arraignment is in the rearview mirror, a lengthy legal process is still likely ahead.
Maybe even approximately a year before a trial, if there ever is one.
If it does go to trial, former Attorney General William Barr, who served under Mr. Trump, does not believe the former president should testify.
It's a particularly bad idea for Trump because he lacks all self-control, and it'd be very difficult to prepare him and keep him testifying in a prudent fashion.
You can sense this anxiousness in the air here, Natasha, because a lot of people just don't know what exactly is going to come next. And there's so many things that we don't even know. We don't know what's in this indictment. We don't know exactly how a former president will be arraigned at that courthouse that's behind us. But a lot of the questions we have will be answered in the next couple of days. Natasha?
Yeah, certainly. Robert Sherman live for us in New York City with that update. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.